And we welcome you back to Rocha Ballpark as we're ready to get started in the top of the third inning. My name is Kyle Mathas. I'm joined alongside Austin Eckert. And Austin, we were talking about it a little bit during the break. The first 5 innings of the game yesterday lasted an hour long. Well, the first 2 innings of the game today have been an hour. So this game has been just filled with offensive firepower. 2 errors for the Jayhawks, 7 hits for both teams, and a 6-5 Iowa State as we go into the third inning.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like yesterday was kind of a short game. I mean, you have to understand it was a pitcher's duel, so not a lot happening for both teams. But it's been the opposite today, partner. We've been saying that for the past, couple of minutes here. But 6-5 Iowa State. Kansas, they're only down by 1. But defensively, they're going to have a better outing.
Yeah, we will see what happens here defensively for the Jayhawks. As Sarah Tyree leads off the top of the third for Iowa State, rather. 7 hits for the Cyclones through the first 2 innings. And she hits this one foul. Actually, it might have hit Lyric Moore's helmet. And thank God for a helmet. So no balls, 1 strike, as that one's hit foul by Tyree.
Yeah, Lyric Moore had one of those yesterday.
Yeah.
Me and Brock were talking about it. One of his buddies that played baseball with him, he was like, well, you don't know what pain's really like until you play catcher, and when you have a baseball just hitting the top of your helmet like that.
It's not so good. I haven't even played baseball, and I know that
baseball,
does not feel
softball,
good. Yeah, both
same
baseball.
thing,
I mean, in softball, the balls are bigger, so they probably hurt more.
Right.
So no balls, 1 strike to Sarah Tyree. Takes the top of the third for Iowa State, rather. 7 hits for the Cyclones through the first 2 innings. And she hits this one foul. Actually, it might have hit Lyric Moore's helmet. And thank God for a helmet. So no balls, 1. I know that
baseball,
does not feel
softball,
good. Yeah, both
same
baseball.
thing,
I mean, in softball, the balls are bigger, so they probably hurt more.
Right.
So no balls, 1 strike to Sarah Tyree. Takes this one inside. So it's 1-1. She actually didn't even flinch at all. That was really close to her knee. Could have been hit by a pitch there, but it was just far enough inside. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Addison Purvis remains out in the circle for Kansas. Sarah Tyree made 11 plate appearances last season as she hits this one foul off the right side. And it's 1-2. But Tyree comes into this game and comes into this season as a senior. Didn't get many plate appearances over her last few seasons, but she redshirted for the Cyclones as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She takes this one up high as it's 2-2. Tiana Poole, who hit a single and scored a run back in the second last inning, is on deck for the Cyclones. It's worth mentioning that for both Kansas and Iowa State a little closer, but they've both, through the first 2 innings, almost went through their entire order twice. I think that might sum it up with the offense today. As this pitch is up and away, it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. 14 hits in total for both teams combined through the first 2 innings. In a game that had the first pitch being pitched by Lizzie Ludwig to Malaysia Ochoa at 2:02 p.m. local time. It is 3:04 p.m. local time, and we're only in the top of the third. Here's a 3-2. This one's hit straight to short. Haley Harper fields it and flips it over to first for the out. Nice defensive play. We finally get a ground out into the infield in this game. Haven't had it very much today, but nice play by Harper to DeRoche for the out. As now we see Tiana Poole come up to bat for Iowa State. Like we said before, doesn't have many at-bats this season and doesn't have many starts either, but she's going to get the start today. Just a freshman. As Purvis gets the nod from Lyric Moore. And that's going to be a strike at the knees of Poole. So like I said, Tiana Poole, actually the only freshman on this starting roster for Iowa State in today's game. Like I said before, a lot of seniors and juniors on the starting roster for Iowa State. A really, really developed and veteran lineup. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss there. It's 0-2. That's interesting, partner. Haven't seen many swing and misses today from Iowa State.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have had a pretty good eye all throughout this one so far.
No balls, 2 strikes. Camille Marin is on deck for Iowa State at the bottom of the order. The 8th hitter, Poole, takes the 0-2 pitch and hits this one, and this one's going to go down the right field line and foul. So the at-bat continues. Gianna Poole has struck out this season 32 times, but has 27 hits and 12 runs as well. Also, Gianna Poole, little statistics about her. She's posted a .321 batting average in high school, was 2-time All-League selection last year, and now she gets a start here for the Cyclones. So no balls, 2 strikes from Purvis, and swing and a miss into the glove of Moore for Purvis's first strikeout of the game. And there you go, Gianna Poole goes down. That's the second strikeout of the game for the Jayhawks. And so far, 2 up, 2 down, as we see Camille Myron come up to bat for Iowa State. We haven't had a 1-2-3 inning yet in this game for either side.
Well, we saw a lot of those yesterday, partner, so,
Maybe we'll start getting some more of those here. We never know. So Purvis still out on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss into the glove of Lyric Moore. That was definitely foul tipped as well, as if you could hear that at home. It's 0-1 for Marin. Also, this place is vibrant right now. Blue, red, and white. This place nearly filled up to capacity here on a beautiful day in Lawrence in the high 80s.
Yeah, there was a sold-out crowd yesterday, too. Everybody showed out last night for that game.
This one's out and away for 1-1. It's been beautiful days here in Lawrence. We've had beautiful weather, and we're getting into that summertime where we get to 100 degrees, and the season will be over by then. But while it's still a little bit into spring and it's not too hot, fans will show up and show out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Camille Marin. It's this one in a pop-up. Ashlyn Anderson trying to track it into left foul territory, but it's too far, and she cannot track it down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Also over to our left, Cam Martin has showed up today. He's basically showed up almost every home game this season. He transferred to Boise State on the Kansas basketball team. Also saw a few other transfers as well. We saw Hunter Dickinson come in from Michigan, the #1 transfer prospect in the nation. In Kansas, I saw a post on Twitter yesterday that they're #1 in the preseason polls right now, if they were to come out today. Addison Purvis calls time on the 1-2 pitch.
Well, Purvis getting a strikeout here in the top half of the third, partner, I think was huge. She's in an opportunity where she can get another big one here to end the side.
Myron hits this one out to left field, and on the run to make the grab is Presley Limbaugh over in left, and there is a 1-2-3. Top of the third inning for the Kansas Jayhawks. It's been offense galore. In the first 2 innings of the game, we finally see some defense out of these 2 teams. Maybe we'll see more here in the bottom of the third. I guess we'll find out soon. We'll move there quickly. 6-5, Iowa State leads it over the Kansas Jayhawks as we move to the bottom of the third on the Jayhawk Sports Network. Welcome back to Rocha Ballpark as we're ready to get started here in the bottom of the third. What a game it has been so far. And I'm so glad to be back with you guys here in the broadcast booth. Austin, it's good to be back with you too. He's Austin Eckert. I'm Kyle Mathas. It's good to be back here at Rocha Ballpark to broadcast another edition of Kansas softball. But we have just seen so much offense here through the first 2.5 innings of this game. If you're just joining us, 6-5 Iowa State, 7 hits for both teams, 14 in total, and then 2 errors for the Jayhawks, both of them coming in the first inning. One of those errors coming from Haley Kripe over at second base, and the other error was from Ashlyn Anderson and Lyric Moore as well. So leading off for the Jayhawks is the second baseman, Haley Kripe, who hit a 3-run home run back in the bottom of the first inning that tied the game up at 3. So she'll be looking to maybe do another one here, try to tie this game up at 6. Like I said, he's Austin Eckert. I'm Kyle Mathas. Let's get started with the bottom of the third, as Ellie Spellhog is still out in the circle, and she throws one down and away in the dirt for ball 1-0. Ellie Spellhog was able to come in, replacing Jaden McAlliston in the last bottom of the second. As that one's outside for ball 2-0. But we see Haley Kripe has gotten the start at second base a lot, but she's only had 68 at-bats this season. Well, that was her 69th at-bat where she hit the homer, batting in the low .180s. This one's hit foul off the back netting. It's 2-1. Savannah DeRoche is on deck as well. She struck out her last time. Up to bat. Kansas will take on Iowa State tomorrow at noon, at least we hope. We'll keep you updated with that one with thunderstorms on the way, Sunday and Monday. This one's hit by Kripe to short. Alicia Ranches with the throw, and able to make it in time is Haley Kripe. She gets there in time to get the base hit. And Kansas gets a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the third.
Well, how about that? An infield single for Haley Kripe. She hit a 3-run home run, and now she gets a single.
Pinkerton. I was about to comment. Jamie Pinkerton.
They're going to probably take another look at this.
Odds are they probably will. This umpire crew today with Ewald, or Frederick Ewald over at home plate. Kaylee Young is at first. She's talking to Pinkerton right now. Keith Kearney at third. He's standing at second right now. So Pinkerton he argues for it, doesn't challenge it. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Haley Kripe. Savannah DeRoche up to bat here. The infield playing very close at third and first, expecting a bunt from DeRoche. And she will bunt foul. It's 0-1. So Carly Spellhog over at first, Sarah Tyree over at third, both playing very, very close. Haley Kripe is going to have to really turn on the jets when this ball is bunted by DeRoche so that she can make it to second. Kansas has one more hit than Iowa State with 8. Iowa State with 7. Here's the 0-1. DeRoche is going to show bunt, and she might bunt to this one perfectly. Oh, taking off for third is going to be Haley Kripe. She got there. No, they say the tag was implemented. Haley Kripe bargained a little more than she could have anticipated for, and she took off for third instead of staying at second. And it will be a double play for the Iowa State Cyclones as DeRoche bunted out to first. And Haley Kripe gets caught at third. Whoa. That was this wasn't the best play that could have happened there for Haley Kripe. 2 outs now for Kansas. Ashlyn Anderson takes the first pitch down for a ball.
Well, I just want to go back to what happened. That was a nice bunt there, and then the throw to third. I mean, it was just right on cue. So just an unfortunate sequence of events for Kansas, but good strategy nevertheless.
Strike there at the knees of Anderson. So 1 ball, 1 strike. No runners on base after that little double play that Iowa State got brewing up there. Anderson has been batting good this year. She takes the ball down and away for a 2-1 count from Ellie Spellhog. And Ellie Spellhog has to be very, very happy about that. After giving up a leadoff base hit that she thought should have been an out, she's able to get the double play, and now she's probably feeling pretty comfortable here with no runners on and 2 outs. As that pitch is up high for ball 3, 3-1. Right up at around the neck area of Anderson. And this could be, if it ends up being it, just another 1-2-3 inning here, or another 1-2-3 half inning rather in the third, which we saw in the top of the third. The 3-1's down and away for a walk. So the first walk drawn of the day by the Kansas Jayhawks. Anderson is going to get the first with 2 outs. So here's Peyton Renzi, who comes up to bat now for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Well, Peyton Renzi, partner, she struck out in her last at-bat. You have a runner on first. One more out to work with, so you can't afford to have a ground out.
Renzi hits this one to shallow right center, and advancing to second is Anderson, and Renzi gets to first. So back-to-back base runners now for the Jayhawks, and another 2-out base hit for Peyton Renzi. Anderson at second, Renzi at first, and here is Shayna Espy, who originally, for the majority of the season, was the leadoff batter for so long. But now, she's only been the leadoff batter in 1 of the last 5 games, make it 1 in the last 6. She bats 8th in the order here. Well, they're playing Do the Harlem Shake. They're trying to get the crowd hype here on a beautiful day at Arocha. Ellie Spellhog, who thought that she would be able to have a pretty routine inning after that double play, now has 2 runners on the bases here, 2 outs. So Shayna Espy got a single and was brought home on a home run. Back in the second, takes the ball down in the dirt for ball 1, 1-0. On deck, Haley Harper, the bottom of the order. Ellie Spellhog about to throw her 25th pitch here of the game with 2 runners on. That one's beautiful pitch just on the outside of the strike zone at the knees of Espy for strike 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 hits now for the Jayhawks. So they're almost at double digits here, only in the third. This pitch almost in the exact same zone, or area rather, of the last pitch, just a little bit more outside for ball 2. Just on the outside.
Well, that last pitch to Espy, that was a really good eye by Espy to not swing at that one. 2-1 is the count with 2 runners on base, partner. Got to be careful here if you're Espy.
Here's the 2-1. Espy hits this one into shallow left. On the grab to make the catch is Angelina Allen in left. So Espy and the Jayhawks ran 2 runners on base. And the Cyclones keep the lead at 1 run after a pretty crazy beginning of the inning. We will head to the top of the 4th with the Cyclones leading at 6-5. We'll be right back after this on the Jayhawk Sports Network.